What's going on, guys? Cyn for the win here. We are back with our franchise mode as the Seattle Vikings, and here are the lottery results. That Nashville pick turned out to be 7th overall, which is pretty damn good. Let's say that's pretty good there. And then our own pick should be, well, someone in the 20s. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad results here. So let's check out Central Scouting, see how my scouts got on here. Now, I do have some guys pinned here, and I'll show you, all of them and kind of why I have them pinned. Most of the gems I have pinned, and guys like this who have no weaknesses. I really like that. And I know it's not 100% accurate, but look at all of his skill set plus his strengths. I mean, he's pretty damn good. This guy, I don't know if we'll be able to get him, but everything about him is very good. And this gem right here, again, no weaknesses. So I like all that. Those are always good guys to get there. So those are the guys that I have pinned. My scouts didn't get a whole lot uncovered, but that's okay. I wasn't, I worked the auto scout just to see how consistent it would be with the scouting. Because last year when we did the auto scout, it was pretty good. This year, not so much. So I definitely think you want to manually scout most of the time. All the top guys usually always get, sorted out and stuff like that. And then drops off pretty quickly. We didn't get a single low elite fully scouted, but we have 4 of them here who are pretty much close to scouted. This guy I'm really interested in, though, this Nicholson guy. I mean, he's kind of ridiculous when you look at him. He's really good. And this guy's also pretty damn good to pick up, maybe. All right, so getting up towards the draft here. Before we do that, we're going to have to take a look at retirements. No, I don't think Giroux retired, so we're still likely going to have to move his ass. No, he didn't, son of a bitch. So, secretly hoping he would have retired. I mean, he could still retire pretty quickly, but his potential did drop down. So, Crosby retires at age 39, my goodness. And his career, 1,672 points total, well above a point a game. 1,046 assists in his career, very good. Yep, Crosby had a great career, as did Erik Karlsson. Didn't quite get to that 1,000 points plateau, but for a defenseman, that's an incredibly good ratio. There's Drew Doughty, who's trash. How old is Karlsson? 37, same age as Doughty. Couture retires at age 38. Had 776 points in his career. Not a bad career there for Couture. Stepan, Johansson, Johnson, Howla, Kreider, Leddy. Yeah, you can see some of the names retiring now. It's most of the guys smack in the middle of their prime. Pretty interesting. Okay, those look like most of the main guys here. Goaltender-wise, Tuukka Rask retires. He was on Anaheim. Look at his career numbers, though. Those are filthy career numbers. 881 games played, 480 wins, 84 career shutouts, and those personal stats are absolutely filthy. Dubnyk also retires, as does Kemper. Those are the 2 main ones, though. Rask and Dubnyk, then some fringe starter / career backups there, too. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So here we go. Draft time, baby. So let's see where all of our picks are. Carolina won the Stanley Cup. Good for them. Not really. I hate them. All right, let's see. Should have been us, man. All right, so LA is the first overall pick. Didn't they have that last year? Or pretty recently. So we got the 7th, and then our second pick is the 26th. So we might want to get that guy who's listed to go 30th overall there. I don't think we're going to be able to get that guy around the 17th or whatever. Let me go back to my pinned guys here. I think we had someone projected around 17. Yeah, well, projected 15. Yeah, very good player, but I'm kind of really liking that guy listed to go around 30th. We're not going to be able to get this guy either. No weaknesses with him either. He's very, very good player. But we're not going to really be moving up or anything like that. Oh, wait, where the hell? Oh, I already looked at him, duh. He's right in the middle of the pins. There he is. Not listed as a gem either, which is a bit interesting. So he might actually be a low... I don't think he'll be a low top 6. I think he should be... Yeah. So if this guy falls back somehow, we could get him. But I don't think he's going to fall back by any means. I think we should just be really happy to get this guy. I mean, he's looking great. That's a lot of points. Even more so than this guy. Yeah, I think this guy could be a major steal here. Even though he's not listed as a gem or anything like that, if he doesn't drop down to low top 6, I mean, that's the only thing I'm afraid of. But everything looks really good. I know all his categories can drop down a bit, but they can't drop down that much. I mean, he is just looking really good. Loyalty is a concern, obviously, is not the greatest thing that you want to see, but still. So with the 7th overall, we could pick in order here. Or we could go off the board and grab one of those guys. So if we look at the 7th overall, these are two, what? Guaranteed top 6s. Another, two-way guy. I'm thinking we should maybe start looking at those pinned guys. So we're going to get a left winger and probably a right winger. Both two-way forwards here. So the Schutz guy, 28 penalty minutes and 41 games played, 46 and 66. Not a lot of points, though. I don't like that about this guy. Good offensive instincts, balance, and playmaking ability, but it didn't really seem to reflect that. Foot speed, puck protection. Well, skating's only at C-. Can get better. This guy's skating's also a C-. Driven to win, gets emotional at times. Some concerns if he can handle a professional environment, similar to Voracek. Yeah, it's a tough call on those two guys. But if we were going to pick someone out of order, I would probably go for the German here. Just seems like he could be a little bit better on the upside here. Our scout has him ranked at 15th, which is higher than Central Scouting. So our scouts seem to like this guy a bit more than this guy. So I think that's probably who we're going to go for. I'd say so. All right, so we're probably just going to make some off-the-board picks here. So LA got the franchise sniper. Good for them. Ooh, and I actually think I didn't turn back on the rough. I don't think I turned back on the Fog of War option to see everyone. We're going to see all these guys, obviously, because we haven't scouted, but the rest of them I actually... Yeah, that was my bad. I should have turned that back on, but I used to just have it all on all the time, then I turned it back off, and yeah. There you go. We could also pick a defenseman, but we can get another one of those later. We have plenty of good defensemen. There's also a sniper here. Lack size, goal scoring, pro release, and good offensive instincts. I mean, we could also grab this guy. Oh, wow. Pro mentality. Any team would love to have this personality in the room. That's kind of even better than the other two guys. Yeah. And our scout looks like he'd have him ranked a bit higher than his Central Scouting, so maybe it is another left winger. But we could just put him on the right wing side if we really want to. The lack size thing, I don't really care about, but good goal scoring, a pro release, and offensive instincts, even though he looked like more of an assist guy where he was. But I really like his locker room stuff. We really gotta have ourselves a good locker room. And this guy's obviously gonna be better than the other two, so screw it. I'm grabbing this guy instead. I was really thinking about getting those other two guys, but once I saw those, pro mentality at a young age, any team would love to have his personality in the room. That's huge. His only weakness is that he lacks size, which you can obviously tell. But everything else, pro release, offensive instincts, and goal scoring, that's pretty huge. Not the strongest of skaters, but he should be able to develop that at least decently. So let's get Jeffrey Gomez here. I'm liking him. Yeah, off the board. Well, just a few picks before he's projected to go, but it's going to work. It's going to pan out for us. The rest of the guys there are top 6s, so really, why wouldn't we go for that guy, basically? So, all right, we'll sim up to our next pick here. Yeah, so you actually can't see the potentials because I forgot to change it back. I had been just leaving it on, and someone told me I should turn it off so I couldn't, make the easy trades and whatnot, so I did just that. And now I'm paying for it by forgetting to turn it back on. Rip me. Oh, he's got strong face-offs. I'm very tempted to go for that guy with strong face-offs. It's because our team has lacked that in a lot of ways, but I don't like the loyalty as a concern thing, I will say that, but he looks just really strong in every single regard. And hell, you never know, man. If we're not able to afford a Henrik at some point, could be a thing. But I am very, Very tempted to go for this guy, too. Emelin. Offensive instincts, balance, and face-offs. Same kind of locker room chemistry as the other guy. So really, it's all about what we prefer from their upsides. This guy just looks like he has a few more upsides while being a low elite, or maybe even less. Could be a low top 6. I don't foresee that being the case, but it could happen. So we can either go for the guarantee. How about this guy? What was he like? Balance, face-offs, offensive instincts, no weaknesses. This guy was what? Offensive instincts, same thing. B, B minus, B minus, C minus, C, C. B, B minus, B minus, C, C, C. Slightly better. No, nothing to report on his personality, so that's actually kind of good. 5'10" as opposed to that guy who is 6'2", a bit more size on him, but similar to Henrik Zetterberg, that's a pretty good thing to have. God damn, I want both of these guys. We do have a couple seconds. We could move up and grab that guy too if we really wanted to. I don't know if it's that big of a deal though. We're going to be getting all the rest. Well, if we trade the seconds, then we can't grab this guy. But we don't really need defense. If we want the forward more than the other one, he would be the one to get. I'm torn. Well, we have locked the centers, and if Manning may be on his way out, I mean, we could obviously trade for something better. We could also use Giroux to get the value here. You know what? Let's try it. Let's grab... I think I might want to go for this Molson guy just for the face-off thing. And let's try to trade for maybe the 30th pick if we can. Just because this is exactly what we want. In a lot of regards. So let's see here. They want Giroux. They might want Giroux. They probably don't. No, there's no way. They don't want Giroux. His value's going to start dropping off. He is still 85 overall, but that contract, they're probably going to be like, no thanks. Because he is extended. But I can make it really enticing for them to take on that contract. Oh, I have the seconds for next year, don't I? I have 2/3. I could do a second and a third. We couldn't get that guy with our own second anyway. Oh, we do have that other... Yeah, the 38th. Was there anyone around there? Do I want to trade in that 38th? There was... I'm trying to just see. We might still be able to get that other dude. So 30th, we're going for that pick. If we held on to the 38th, we could still get the Martindale. And we don't really have to worry about anything kind of in the third round, I don't think. This guy, maybe. Potential to be a true leader. That's kind of cool, but he's weak in a lot of other ways. Like that guy's around that area. He might be early 4, though. Yeah. I'm not going to get all of them, obviously. So let's just try to... Maybe Vancouver would want to give up the pick. No, they don't. Okay, screw that. No, let's just go for Detroit's then, because they actually want to give it up. It's a lot easier to get something that people want to give up. I'm going to try to ship Giroux into this deal. They might say we really don't want that contract, and that would make a lot of sense, but we're going to try to entice them with a few picks here to take on that terrible contract that I didn't realize that was there. All right, we still have the 9th, so we might be able to get that guy anyway. So let's try that second and the third with Giroux for the 30th overall pick. Detroit would be over the salary cap. Yep. So we could try to take back some salary that they have. It would have to be a guy with 2 years left at a pretty steep price here. CC is a serviceable player. They're not going to want to give him up. Leonov. I don't think that'll affect it because it doesn't count. Oh, it does. Oh, it actually does. So we don't even have to get this guy back. Yeah, that would actually make it go through. Now, that might be too much value here, but it would make the trade go through. Now, how close can I get it? Is there anything else in there? Don't have to worry about the picks going on. We have a couple before we get to that spot. Get to that point, I should say. Point. This guy has no value. Yeah, let's see. Would that be enough? There we go. Okay. Or Pionk, whatever. So take that back. They should be able to accept this. See if they want that. They do. Okay, fuck it. We got rid of that Giroux contract. Now he's got bottom 6 potential, so he's obviously going to be dropping off pretty heftily. So he'll most likely retire, but I didn't want to have that on contract. We're going to be running... It says we have 13 mil, but that's not taking into account Well, it might be, but it's not going to take into account our goalie upgrades and stuff like that. So that's a thing. And if we wanted... It's going to be tight to hold on to everything. Especially if we wanted to give Lynch another chance in goal. And have him split time with Ward throughout the season. And then hand one of them the reins in the playoffs. So we can't get Nicholson here. I think that's a no-brainer. Hopefully this guy will turn out to be red elite. We won't be able to see right now. But he should be. I don't see him being a red top 6 around here. I really don't see that being a thing. It did say it was a weaker year. So it's a possibility. And those two guys are going to be unknown. A little salty at myself for not turning back on the... potentials for the draft. It might be a possibility because that does say low, so this guy could be a low top 6, which would be a bit of a thing, especially trading all that for that pick. But you know, we're going for risks here. Doesn't really matter, man. We have so much excess value that I'm not concerned. So here we're at 38th overall. We can grab that guy projected to be 46th. Martindale here, or 40. Well, our scout has him at 45th. Central at 44. He dropped down pretty heftily. He might actually be a low top 4. That's always a possibility. But I really like his upsides. Yeah, and everything's accurate right there for his skill set. So he could start at a decent overall. Good shutdown, good mobility, great puck mover. That's very solid. A little bit of everything for this guy. So let's grab him there in the second round. Hope he turns out to be what we want. All right, all the way to our next pick, which is late third round. 90th overall. Now, there was that guy projected to go in the 100s that we could take another look at. And we might want to... Oh. Not the right guy? Hold on. Maybe it was in potentials. Let me just scroll down a bit here. It might have been in potentials. Ooh, a medium top 4. Not too bad. Yeah, this... Oh, there he is. Urkamps. Yeah, he was. It was that power forward. And there's also this guy. A low top 6 listed as a gem. I'm not a fan of that. I would rather go for this guy who can only be as low as a medium top 6. So most likely this guy is going to be an elite, medium elite right here. Didn't face the strongest of competition. He doesn't look like he's going to be the best skater of all time. But he's a good leader. We'll see. We'll see what he turned out to be here. Skating in the sim doesn't look to be like it's a huge deal. But I don't know. I'd have to run some tests or something like that. Alright, ooh. That was one guy that we had scouted here. I actually can't check what his personality things. Looks like a pretty damn good guy. Alright. I must have missed... No, I didn't even have him pinned. I wasn't super interested in that guy. But looking back... It's not too freaking bad at all. Should have pinned him. I don't know why. What happened? I might have just not pinned him. But yeah, he's got actually really good pluses there. One pick away from grabbing him. He's more of a project to develop. That's okay, though. Might be weak on the face-off. He's probably weak on the face-offs. That's why I didn't pin him. Probably said something like that. Weak face-off guy. And I just avoided it like the plague. So we got two guys listed here as gems. Don't have to pick them quite yet. There's another defenseman, yet another lefty defenseman. Could be a medium, though. Medium elite, I should say. Guarantee. Yeah, I might as well go for that guy. Just have ourselves a lot of ridiculously good defensemen that we can't do anything with. But value's value. So we'll pick him. Should have a good chance of him becoming elite there. On to the 5th round, 154. Now we can pick up those two dudes that we had pinned. Yep. So one of them here at 165. That's another defenseman. Yet another lefty, too. And then we'll grab the goalie for shits and giggles. Then we could have one blind pick to make. All right, next pick. Uh-oh. Is that a little too late? I thought it was 90. Might have been a little too late. Either way, it's just another goaltender. No, I was right. Yeah, okay. I had a weird flashback. I thought it was in the 190s and even pushing 200s where the way I had him scouted, but then that's what did it, the 8, and then yeah. Well, even the previous one we would have been able to get him. So again, this guy might only be just a starter, but he is listed as a gem, so either way, it's a solid pick to grab. So grab him, obviously. I don't think we're going to pass up on that. And final pick, we can make a blind pick here with our 218th overall. Or grab ourselves some guaranteed top 9s. Now, there's a guaranteed offensive, defensive, no thanks. If he was a medium top 6, like, two-way, I would have definitely grabbed him. This guy can only be, well, it could be a low top 9. Here's another one. Two-way guy, yet another lefty. Injury prone. Not incredible. Good in any locker room. That's a pretty solid pick, I'd say. How about this guy? A right-handed shot. Skating mobility, foot speed, good character, work ethic, and compete level. Very passionate person, gets emotional at times, is driven to win. Not bad, though. Let me just sort by some potential. Oh, wait. I should actually. No, that's not going to work too well. Well, this guy. Could be a low top 9. Weak on face-offs. So many centers weak on face-offs. Mesh well in any locker room. That's pretty good. But there's no guarantee he's going to be a low top 4. He could be a low elite, true. But he could also be a low top 6. But hey, maybe it's worth taking a chance on for right-handed OFD. I do like that he would mesh well in any locker room. And that would really, really be beneficial. But what would be more so is that other guy. The two-way guy. But he is injury prone. So that's another negative right there. You know what? Let's take a risk then. I'd say I'm going to take a risk here on this Holmberg guy. Not a good skater by the looks of it. But hey, if he develops into something decent. I'm not really a fan of it, actually. There's really not any good role-playing forwards. I was hoping for like a medium top 9 or something like that here to get lucky with, but I might just have to grab one of those defensemen. Yeah. This guy might just be the better one of all of them. He's more secure in what he is. Sure, he gets emotional at times, but character, work ethic, and compete level is always really good to have. It's more the guarantee of the rest. I wish that guy was a medium and not a damn low. I think all the guys here are pretty much going to be medium. Yeah, and a lot of them are unknown. Take one more look through sorting by potential here. I'm still looking back on that Holmberg guy. He does have the best chance to be something. It's 2 out of 3 that this guy will be a top 4 or an elite. Now, that's not a good 2 out of 3. I mean, it's not really a 2 out of 3, but it's more than likely he'll be a low top 6. But whatever. I'm actually just going to grab him. Screw it. Take a risk. All right, and that takes care of the draft for us here. We can move on to the re-sign phase and start looking at that, but it should be a pretty successful draft. Obviously, we can't... Oops. What am I doing? I'm supposed to sim here. There we go. I went one below. All right, you know what? Let's just sim the... I can't even tell what they are yet. It doesn't matter. All right, so there we go. The rest of the draft is taken care of. We'll be able to get those guys sorted out once, once we sim a bit anyway. We can check back on them. We'll be able to see their real potentials. But yeah, that's my bad. I can actually just turn it off right now and look at their potentials too. That's another thing I can do, which I might as well want to do, because then someone just have to remind me to turn that fog of war option back off, but that's not the biggest of deals. Show potential. There we go. So let's look at the dudes we just drafted here. Check them out. And we can get that taken care of. Then I can just turn it right back off while I'm here. And then hopefully from the next draft to remember to turn it back on. All right, we'll sort by potentials here. We'll look for the low over, well, the guys with question marks in the overall. Oh, I'd have to go in. No, not that. Come on. Yeah. Oh. All right, so yeah. Those guys were all medium elites. McMillan turned out to be an elite. Hornqvist was an elite. Solzer, that guy was not drafted. Question mark Nicholson, he was an elite. Was this guy? Oh, that was that first. Okay, yeah, that was the first round guy. All right, good. He did turn out to be an elite. Yay. Martindale. I think all of them turned out to be elites that we had question marks on. Molson, wait, hold on. I think there's one more. That was a 4th round guy. He did turn out to be a medium elite. That's actually pretty huge. Yeah, actually, wasn't there one more? Oh, is that low top 4 guy? That's right, that's right. So it doesn't look like he's a low elite. So rip in that regard, right? That was a 2nd round guy. Nope. Yeah, he did turn out to be a low top 6. But in my opinion, it was still kind of worth the risk. That was the most likely thing he would have turned out to be, even though the other 2 options that he could have been, you'd think you have better odds for that. But in that round, not really. But still, I wanted to take a chance on it. Didn't turn out, but that's okay. No big deal. We have so many defensemen. So many good defensemen. All right, and that goalie... Are you serious? A blind pick franchise goaltender. Well, that's good. Guess you could say that's pretty good. Yeah, blind pick franchise goaltender. That's okay. All right, that's what we're doing here. Blind picking franchise goaltenders here. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Okay, so what a draft that turned out to be. Blind picked a franchise tendy. Wow, oh my god. A lot of guys have expired contracts. Let's see if I want every single one of them. I probably do, because I love my scouting team right now. A-plus guys, obviously, all these guys are coming back. Yeah, they're all freaking A-pluses. Well, no, not all of them. But all of them are being... That guy's a second... These 2 are both secondary scouts for those. Extra Liga, I might want, but it's not a major league. I'm just getting them all back, man. I love my scouting team. There we are. Grab him back. Grab this guy back. Wow, that's a pretty cheap contract, even though it literally doesn't matter what the contract is. I wish it kept my sorting options instead of me having to keep sorting every single time. They all want like 3 or 4 year deals, which will help me. Alright. 6-year deal for him, not bad. Let's see. Chubasov, yep. He's a good Russian scout for him, even though he doesn't have the greatest overall. Might have been able to look for a new one, but he's very efficient at that region still, so hey-oh. Alright, there we go. Gonna get all my scouts back here. Yeah. So we're gonna have to probably qualify a few guys here. Just to be safe, because... Yeah, he sure still doesn't want the contract. It keeps going up. I might be able to do the 1-year thing again with him. But I might also want to check maybe what's available in free agency. I can maybe... no, because you guys are going to want to see free agency. Yeah, I'll leave him. People are going to have a morale hit, but we could always do that 1-year thing once again and get him back. Now, Colborne I'll probably tender because I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. And he is pretty damn good, but the thing is we got to think about who the hell he would replace. I kind of like the rest of my team. Now, Manning obviously is weak, but I don't think this guy can take face-offs, so that turning him into a center doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now, Wilcox, dude's ready. Another shitty center. But at least we can get him to an entry level. So we can get him on an entry level and be able to play him in the depth as a defensive juggernaut that he kind of is. Because that's what he is. He's an actual defensive juggernaut with some good offensive capability. He could probably take away, start playing on the point, on the power play instead of Hamuse maybe. Some people might have my head for that, but Hamuse didn't really earn that ice time last year. Keegan Pete might have to be let go of. It's a tough call, but we're starting to get to that point. Now, this Varlamov guy, a lot of these guys coming up. Now, this Varlamov might be a decent third liner here. Utility guy. Yeah, we have a lot of these guys who could be that sort of player for us. I might have to tender a few of these guys because I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with them yet. So I'll qualify him for now. Watt, fourth line guy. Not the strongest defensively. Not good offensively. This guy's a nothing. So I'm not even going to bother. He's just going to be released. He's not really worth my time right there. Burmistrov. Not good defensively. Not stellar offensively. He's not going to make his way into the top 6. So he's done okay in the fourth line role. But I think we have enough guys. We're going to find some better things in that. For that. Okay, Bryzgalov doesn't want to be re-signed. I could probably just let him go anyway. Yeah, he's really not that good. So let him go too. Goaltenders is going to be... I really don't know what the hell to do here. So now, okay, now he at least wants a long-term deal. And that's actually... If I can get... People are saying not to give up on Lynch. Okay, that's actually better. Does it go down a lot if I move it down to 1? Oh, perfect. There we go. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do that then. Yeah, because this is actually an affordable deal to have him as a backup. It's not ideal, obviously, for a backup contract, but 3.3 something is a lot better than I would have to... If I tried to do the same extension for a year, I would have to give him like upwards of 5 mil. Almost 6 mil if I wanted to do this before this period, so... We'll get him. Someone's saying not to quite give up on him yet, and I'm not going to, but it is looking like Ward is kind of our guy. He's just coming off a likely Vezina win, so honestly, I'm going to commit to him. I don't want to lose this guy. I don't want to run into the thing. So we could always... He's good enough to... That'll be a tradable contract, too, so 6 years at 8.2. Well, actually, 8.175. Yeah, and that's all natural growth, as we remember. So that's a secure contract. Owen, 66. Now, we picked this guy up in some trade deal. We might want to just go with Henderson Haley now. This guy's not going to pan out. I'm going to release him. Elite. And a starter. So, I should maybe plan this a bit better. Because all these guys are going to be AHL. Henderson we might be able to let go of and give it to these two guys. Because Henderson, 71 at 23. I don't even know if he gets a backup now at this point. We'll see. I'll sign both of these guys to entry levels. And we can decide from there. But most likely Henderson. Because I'm still looking to train up a backup. And might as well have an elite goalie in this system too. I don't know. Just because we have to sign him anyway. Don't necessarily like losing that much value for free, though sometimes it is necessary. Pete, what are we going to do with you? We're hoping for a lot of jumps here, but we've hoped for that in the past. But I think with Kubis and Pete here, Kubis and Stoll here, we should be getting some pretty sizable jumps. I'm thinking Kubis should jump right up there. This guy was a third-round pick from us, but he grew like a weed, so if he could just grow really well, that would be amazing. Same with Stoll. He's an early pick. Both with the top 4. We can probably afford Pete another year. Honka. 83, 88, and 88 is not the strongest. He seemed to have struggled a little bit last year. And if we want to have... You know what? We can have a lot of guys on entry levels too, which would give us enough space to just sign Escher for a year, like no matter what, which is actually pretty ideal. I might want to hold on to Pete though if I can. If I get rid of Honka, I'm gonna try to hold on to Pete. He'll cost a bit more. Oh wow. Damn. I mean, we have the money if I want to make it work here. Hopefully Pino gets a jump. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but I'd like him to get up to around an 86. That would be really good for us. I really like the way Pete's built. He's really fantastic. He didn't do great, but I also was playing him in some interesting areas. And we can give him a lot of extra ice and play him in the top 6. He seemed to do pretty damn well there. This Paris guy, Perry, I don't know. This guy's ready for top 6 time. Kind of don't want to get rid of Honka, though, for the same... We do have Bryzgalov still. Drop down. Might be morale. Looks like it. He could still be depth for us. We got all these other guys still coming up. Another right-handed guy. Not really built well, so I'm not really looking to put him in the NHL. His offensive awareness is trash. 82 is trash for where he is. So I might still want Honka here. Doesn't want that much of a deal. I can take him year by year for a bit, which would make a little bit of sense. That's not too much here. It's a bit, but it's still 285 is not bad. And we should have a lot of cash. Although, I'm going to have to hold off on that, yeah. Because if I want Pete back, he might cost a bit. I don't know if I do want him back, but let's advance a day here. We'll be able to get a bit sorted out. At least we should see a lot of guys accepting contracts. Those are scouts here. We got Wilcox. He was entry level. Ward rejected, unfortunate. Lynch also rejected. Because I changed the years, I guess. Okay. I got to get back Ward, especially. Lynch didn't like the dollar value, but yeah. It's actually still less than he was asking for. Well, not really. But, well, it is actually because the years. He didn't want this many years, so it's still very doable here to grab this guy. Might be a little difficult on the price, but I think I want to lock him in. Try that. Okay, Lynch, I'm still bumping you down to a year here. And I can go a little bit over. So we'll try 3.5. That should be fine. We're going to have a lot invested in goalies, but we really need to see which one of these guys is really going to be the true number 1. And if Lynch doesn't grow too much, then honestly, I'm going to say I'm just going to give it to Ward because, yeah, if Lynch doesn't grow that much, like if he doesn't get up to like at least an 86, 80, like maybe even more, like if he doesn't have that big growth, then it's obviously not really worth it to hold on to him. All right. Still quite a lot of cash to work with. If we sign those two guys, it's like, I'd say 12. Let's say 12. We still have 21 million, but we got to remember if we want to get back Heischer, he's going to cost like probably like, we'll just say he's going to cost another 17. So we only have, if we did that, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. We got to be careful. Boyle coming off in 2 years, as is Henrik. They're lined up. Karpovtsev's team-friendly deal is also coming off at that point. Yeah, we're running into those issues. So yeah, if we said 12 plus 17, yeah, we're kind of already at the edge there, and we would not be able to afford Pete if that was the case. Now, we're obviously not going to have to spend that much on Heischer, I don't think. Even if we did just 1 year here, we could probably, well, I don't even know if he'd accept for 16. We could try in free agency. He might want a bit less than around what he's asking right now in free agency. Sometimes that's a case, but that's a lot that he's asking for. And we could probably outcompete other guys for it. But I'm going to have to hold off on Pete then. I have to make a decision, either Pete or Honka. Now, Pete wants $6 million, and he doesn't want the contract. So I think we just can't. I would rather try to go for Heischer. Pete, like, what was I saying? Like, oh, we could have played him in the top 6 with a bunch of extra ice time. That ain't worth no $6 million. Now, he's done great. He's built so well, and I really like that about him. He's really built well, and it sucks. He's got great discipline. He's got great defensive stats, but... Honk is pretty much locked in. But if we got that... yeah, like I said, we have that Paris guy coming up, too. Who could play the top 6. Ugh. I can't keep all of them. I might have to release both of these guys and then try to get one of them back in free agency. But, try and get Keegan P. At least, it depends, man. If this guy, he's asking for a lot of years and a lot of term. We can bump him down there, but we'd still have to give him about 6 mil, and there's no guarantee he even accepts that. I can try him for 6 mil, though. All right, I'll offer him 1 year at 6 mil. If he doesn't accept that, then obviously I'm not doing that. If he doesn't accept that, we'll have to wait till free agency to try to get him. And it's still a risk. Still got Hischier to worry about, who's asking for a shit ton of money. That's not to say that he hasn't earned it with his incredible play, but it's tough. Puts it tough on me. Ward still rejected. Pete rejected. Lynch rejected. Our goalies are rejecting. Yep. Difficult area here. So I'm just gonna tender both of them and try to work out some deals with them. I wonder if they ask for less as time goes on. So what the hell was this guy at? Yeah. I want to bring him up sort of slowly, but I can't go too slow with it. Ugh. And I did 3.5 for this guy last time. We'll do 3.75 for your, again. Might just have to cough it up and let him get signed by someone else and get some compensation. At least they're tendered in that regard. At least we'll be able to get some compensation for him. That's the one bright note here. So hopefully, Ward still rejected, but Lynch accepted. So Ward wants some money. We could wait to see what he's offered and try to match it. So yeah, we got 30 mil left to work with. This is tough. Did I just do 8.75? I'm trying it again if I did. No, I didn't. I did 8.5. Let's try 8.75 here. I don't want to go up to 9 mil, though. It's a bit too much. It's getting tough, man. Yeah, still rejected, so... Ward wants some money. Now, there might be teams who can afford him. But if I'm giving him that long, he needs to get on a bit of a more team-friendly deal here. I can give him a year, but again, that kind of would run in, kind of start hurting our plans with Hischier here. Yeah, we're in a bit of a tight spot, to say the least. I don't think we're going to get Pete. I'm just going to release him because I'm just going to keep thinking about it. I don't think we're going to be able to have him. But for Honka, I will get for like a year. And do that maths again because I'm always forgetting. I got a lot of guys here, so hard to remember each and every one of them. So I don't think he accepted 2.85. I think he actually rejected that. Or maybe I didn't offer it to him yet. So we'll try that out. Make sure. Okay, we only got one. Let me make sure all the guys that can be tendered are tendered. At least that. And then all the guys I really want to offer have been offered. A lot of UFAs here. LeBlanc, 79 at 24. Pretty decent defensively, but... Ooh, this guy has good face-offs. Obviously want him. Could be maybe a fourth line guy. Third or fourth liner. He only wants a 1-year deal. Come on. Ooh, that goes up. That's why. All right. Bridge deal. All right, let's see here. A bunch of low elites. 22 at 65. I think it's safe to say we can get rid of that guy. Yep. Hämäläinen is now locked into a top 6. But very good defensively, so he will not want too much of a deal. Right? Yeah, perfect. You know what? That's great. Now this guy can be like a true depth guy for us. We're at that point now where we really need to start saving that cash. Khrushchev, I don't know if we'll be able to afford... Well, we can afford him, but... 70 at 20, that's obviously... Get that. I should have done all these in the beginning. I didn't know how many I had, though. 64, 63, and 19. That's another sim. Let me just sort that again. I think I got a little bit mixed up. No, it didn't. Okay, good. All right, so Khrushchev, LeBlanc. I could tender this guy if I really want to. If I want to think about it, which I kind of do, I'm going to tender him. It might actually automatically resign him, but I don't know if he's two-way forward. Built well. Will be a good skater. 21 to 64 is cutting it close, but again, just the role player would be good. Might not even have the room for him. This guy, on the other hand, I think I could release. Low top 6, I'm not a fan of. I'd rather get the elites because they're pretty much all guaranteed to become like an NHL or in some sort of capacity. Some role players, yes, but in other ways, not. Now, Khrushchev, we can get rid of, I think, by this point. He's very solid, and he can play all around the shop for us, but what are we looking at for centers now? In the system, he sure will be here, but don't worry about that. Maloney, Duchesne, Carpenter. Signed. This guy's signed, so he's gonna want some ice time. Yeah. Might be okay to have an extra guy. Khrushchev can be an extra. You know what? What's he want? Does he want a two-way for the year? For 2 years. You know what? Let's get him. It's a two-way contract. There we go. All right, now that should be just about everything. Still without Heischer. Ward is tendered. I'm just making sure that I got everyone offered a contract to him. Who needs to be offered a contract? I'm pretty sure I do. Or at least tendered. Yep. Okay. Alright, it's all looking good. Now, all those entry-level ones we don't have to worry about, really. But we still have one extra day to get all that done. We got entry-level. Okay. Hamalainen rejected, unfortunate. I still would like to get him back. I can crank him up since he wanted the two-way. I can give him as much of it as possible. He might still reject, but that's just the breaks of it. Now, we have a lot of cash, but we need to be careful with it. We can't let the $28 million because, again, if we really want Heischer back, it's going to cost us a bit. So we can try that. He should accept for that. And it could be a depth guy for us. He might just get replaced. Who knows? Alright, I think we're good now. Honka accepted. And the only thing left is Heischer. Yep. Now I could offer him, like, something. And just in hopes that he accepts. I can offer him 15 mil for 1 year in hopes that he accepts. But I kind of also want to see free agency. But that would save us 2 mil. I do want... I'll see free agency. Yep, I know. I don't want to make the same mistake as I did last year and have something like crazy good, like McDavid or something like that. But that's obviously not going to be the case this year. What? Oh, I guess, did I have a scout reject me? Huh? I thought I freaking did everyone. What the hell? I guess I had one reject me, which is a little weird because I had offered him money. All right, Mackenzie, where you at? He was Atlantic scout. What the hell, man? Well, there's a couple more NHL guys here. This guy's overall is A+. How's he in the Atlantic? Perfect. I'll get this guy instead. Blessing in disguise. He's actually a better NHL scout. Crank him up. There we go. Boom. Should be able to grab him. But yeah, as you can see, I'm looking, if you're looking, the reason I didn't release that Russian guy is because you look here, there's actually still no one in Russia who is better than that guy. That's part of the reason. It's usually like that. The European type scouts are hard to find at higher overalls. I got fairly lucky with a lot of my scouts. I have, yeah, there's one SHL guy. Well, I have him in the SHL. I don't even know if he was like listed to be there. I mean, you can always look through them and see what they are, but most of the time, guys who are like good in Russia and stuff are kind of hard to come by. Because Chubasov's he's a good a decent Russian scout and pretty good with some of the European leagues. Anyway, let's see what's available here in free agency. I doubt it'll be a class like it was. Nope, there's Heischer. Already got a team interested in him for a shit ton of money. So yeah. That sucks, man. can grab Sagan, but that's not really a replacement. So if I cranked him down in years, it probably goes up way more. So yeah, we'll have to give him for around that, like a 17 for one. Oh, fucking Vegas is trying to steal. Hell no, we can't let Vegas steal him from us. We gotta get Hischier back, but... Oh, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's that Hagelin guy in here. That franchise Hagelin guy from Montreal. Can you take face... You take face-offs! We'd have a triple sniper first line, though. How is this guy produced, though? It's like, even... Yeah, you can do pretty damn good. And Boyle has turned into more of a playmaker. But that's a lot of money. A lot of money. We could get him for a lot for a year. But that's a lot of money. So there's Hischier, there's that Hagelin guy. This guy looks like he'd actually take face-offs. Not as good as Hischier. And he can't play the penalty kill, which Hischier brought. Oh my god, his face-offs are 93, man. Hischier's so freaking good. Got very similar production, and he'll cost less. Very similar production. This guy's another sniper, and I'm wondering if that's going to kind of screw up with our... Ooh. He actually does have a good giveaway takeaway ratio. Doesn't look like he wins that many face-offs. So that's... Yeah, he'll be going against the elite of the elite in face-offs. Yeah, this is a tough call. I'm still leaning towards Hischier. While that guy is very enticing, he's not a natural center. Still very good defensively. That shot is actually kind of ridiculous. None of this is like 100% scouted, but I'm sure it should be. Wow, is he really making that much money? No wonder he didn't have a team around him. We could do the same thing with him, get him like a year at a ridiculous amount, and then try to re-sign him as soon as possible. But letting Hischier go is so tough. It really is so tough letting this guy go. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if we did go for Hagelin, because I'm sure I will have a lot of guys who want to go for Hagelin. What I need to check in on is the composition of that line. So Boyle's become more of a sort of a hybrid playmaker. Henrik, sort of a goal scorer, but still a little bit hybrid. And that guy is kind of a hybrid goal scorer, that Hagelin guy. And Hischier was kind of the perfect, like, he was a playmaker. Yeah, I'm just worried that if we go for that guy and spend a lot of money on him and, like, chemistry doesn't work out, then that's a large investment. And what I loved about Hischier was he brought the element the other two. I mean, just look at that production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row of point-a-game plus performances for us. And always good in playoff production, too. Always a solid producer. I don't know, man. I'm really leaning back towards Hischier, but I'm sure I'll hear it. Mostly because he's also a natural center, and those face-offs are goddamn ridiculous. We need possession. We're a team that I think that really needs possession. And face-offs will help you get possession. This guy doesn't have it. He'll have maybe 80 face-offs, which is decent. But Hischier is a game changer, man. Yeah, he's always 55 plus in face-offs, pretty much. I think I'm really leaning back towards Hischier, guys. It doesn't, to me, getting that other guy when we need a center, a top line center, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe you guys have, a better idea than I do of how much face-offs would really benefit us, but I think, in my opinion, they are important. But we'll see. Dahlin's also in here, but we have our offensive defenseman that we're training up. Yeah, tough, man. That's a crazy debate. Crazy debate. It's going to be a lot of money for 1 year for both of them, and we'll have to try to offer an extension at some point. And you can make the argument that with Hischier 2 years in a row, he doesn't want to re-sign. Maybe he's done with us. I don't know why. He just won a cup and stuff like that. And I don't know. So you guys feel free to go crazy in the comments, because I'm sure I'll be hearing a lot of it. And I want to hear all of it, because this is I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. Both of them are good for a variety of reasons, and I really need you guys' help. Plain and simple. So definitely help me out, guys. All right, I hope you all enjoy this. Remember, leave that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.